So now we're here. We're at Resident Evil, the final chapter.
First, we get a flashback, of course. My name is Alice. I was a security executive officer at
The final flashback.
the final flashback. Still doesn't explain Extinction. In
No.
fact, the past couple movies don't actually mention the Mad Max one.
No.
At all. They
And
don't even reference
This is
it.
also the only one that we both watched together. We decided, this is the last movie in the series. We may as well get together, get some, have some fun with it.
Yeah,
Laugh at it together.
of course. And
This one's a wild one, man.
okay, so remember the cliffhanger movie part in the last one about where they all stand together? Okay, the movie doesn't talk about that. Everyone died. Wesker left. Alice.
Wesker was not good.
Yeah, Wesker tricked everyone.
He was still bad.
He tricked everyone to come to DC and then controlled the zombies to come and kill everyone so that he could escape.
But I think that's the only time he's in the movie, right?
No, he's in the end.
Is he?
Yep. So
I don't remember.
Alice then wakes up, goes, "Oh, what happened?" and tries to look for people, and then has to judo punch zombies in DC until what? Oh my God! Wait, what did happen in this movie? Did she? The tyrant guy from the third movie.
Yeah, so the bad guy from Extinction is alive, and he's like,
"You killed a clone, Alice. I'm the real
"Yeah, I'm
one."
the real one."
And turns out the reason they did the apocalypse. Stay with me, Dave. They changed the reasoning again because what it actually was is the rich wanted their own Noah's Ark so they could cull the entire population to make the better race of humanity in a Noah's Ark. So the zombies were meant to get rid of the population so the rich and powerful live, which if you go, "Oh, wow, that's such a smart plan. Are you high? How do you get rid of the zombies?" And that's because we find out, because the Red Queen is also back.
Yep.
And tells Alice, "I'm nuking the whole world. And if you want me to stop nuking the world, you gotta help me kill the bad guy from 3 and Wesker." And Alice goes, "Why not?" Sure.
Yep. So she goes, she meets up with Claire again, right?
No, I thought she got kidnapped by the bad guy.
She gets kidnapped by Umbrella, by the bad guy from the... Can we find his name?
Okay, hold on.
We keep referring to him as the bad guy from 3.
Because he doesn't have a personality.
I know.
What am I supposed to do?
Dr. Isaacs.
Dr. Isaacs. That's
Okay, so Dr. Isaacs kidnaps her, and she's like, "Nah, I don't want to be here. I got shit I gotta do."
I was supposed to go. The Red Queen wanted her to go back to the Hive. She was driving to the Hive, and Umbrella captured her.
So she cuts off, what's his name? Dr. Isaacs' his arm, and he's like, "Ow, why did you do that?" And she escapes, but then, she escapes on like a Umbrella motorcycle that has like a handprint.
Yeah, handprint scanner that she uses his handprint
Yeah, that's
on.
why she needed the hand.
Why would technology advance when there's an apocalypse? Because everyone who would invent things are dead? All because you have money doesn't mean you invent things. You just pay for people to invent things because you're not smart. You're rich, obviously.
Yep.
So I don't know where that technology came from and how it appeared
Lord
somehow
knows.
in the past. This is 2016. 20 years. I don't know.
But anyways, she's going to the Hive, going back
She
to
goes to
Raccoon
Raccoon City, which isn't a crater in the earth.
No, it is a crater.
But only one part of Raccoon City is a crater.
Which is not how it was.
Yeah, it was supposed to be,
the entirety of the city.
It's supposed to look like if Kansas, but without the crops, just the flat nothingness of destruction.
Claire's back, and Claire's like, "Whoa, my good pal Alice from the last, not the most recent movie, but the movie before that." And I'm pretty sure Kmart is in there.
But they don't call her Kmart.
They don't refer to her at all. She's not in the credits, but I am like 99% sure I saw her.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
There's just a tower where now everyone's just kind of vibing at for some reason. They don't explain it.
And Umbrella comes up, and they just kind of like
do tower defense.
No, yeah. So Umbrella is like leading a human at the forefront of their little tank army to lure zombies, and they just sent this army of zombies to attack the tower. and they admittedly they do something kind of cool where they dump barrels of gasoline over the tops of the tower and light it on fire as it's going down just to burn everything.
It's like
it's actually really cool.
It was a tower that had like a hollow base, like it had the rooms around it, but in the middle it was like kind of like empty, like so you could look up at the skylight and they just dumped gasoline, and as it lit, it's cool. It was really cool. One positive about the movie: we're doing good for 40 minutes in.
I know.
So that happens after the tower defense segment.
They go. So what? Dr. Isaacs somehow survives this. He like gets blown. He's in a tank that gets blown up from the inside, but he's somehow okay.
Yeah, and then he goes to another tank, kills everyone, and then
for some reason they don't mention why he kills them.
Yeah, and he just kind of with his no arm gets the zombies all to come back, and they're gonna follow Alice.
Yeah.
Alice and company go to the hive.
They go down into the hive.
And guess what? If you were expecting a base where they just walk through and do the plot, no, it's another base where there's traps.
Wireframe and all.
Wireframe and all, where there's traps and someone in a control room going, activate death thing.
And this is Wesker.
This is Wesker now. So Wesker is in the bottom of the hive in a room that was never mentioned in the hive that somehow survived the hive blowing up because it's all decorative and ornate. And he's just like, boop, 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 I control everything.
But he's like, I can't do this by myself. And he wakes up. The real Dr. Isaac.
That's right. Dr. Isaac that was in the tank was a clone.
He was another clone.
And he goes, all clones believe they're the real one. Otherwise, they would rebel and not be clones or something. And I don't know.
And this is also where we start getting hints about Alice's origins.
Yeah, because, you know, it's only been 6 movies.
Yeah.
You know what's really good in a movie titled Resident Evil, the final chapter? Have the backstory of the one character who's in all 6 of them. That seems like a really good idea, Dave.
Yeah,
right?
no, I'm with you, man.
That's why, like, I'm very upset this wasn't nominated for an Oscar. Sorry, whatever movie was up. Whiplash? I don't know. You should have won.
But
So
they get into the hive.
And there's death traps.
Of course.
There's like a random super soldier tyrant zombie that they fight.
Sure. I don't remember that, but sure.
It was a zombie from 6.
Oh, okay, that's probably. Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Yep. You know, because everyone loves Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
And
we
then
were like trying to figure out what the hell the thing was.
Yeah, I had to Google it. I spent a good
You had to go to the
couple minutes.
Resident Evil wiki.
And then they just kind of walk around the building, and then they get to the bottom of the hive. There's some people who die. No one cares.
Yeah.
And then the plot twist happens where Alice was a clone.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Of like the other guy who ran Umbrella, who we've never heard of until this movie.
Yeah.
It's like it was his daughter, and she had progeria.
Yes.
Like is that what the?
It was something.
It's like that thing where like it makes you physically age faster.
Yeah.
So she was like in her 20s, or she was like in her 30s, looking like she was like
100.
in her 70s.
And she's like, Alice, I made you to be the woman I always wanted to be, but couldn't. Also, I put my AI and it modeled the Red Queen after me as a child because, you know, that's what my father always saw me as. So I made both of these things in order for you to come here and fight Dr. Isaacs and Wesker.
Because Dr. Isaacs now has superpowers, and his superpowers amount to Robert Downey Jr. and Sherlock Holmes.
Oh my God, yes! Alice suddenly gets the ability to do that! And then he goes, too late. I've already predicted and analyzed every single movement you're about to do. None of them have over a 50% chance of working, all of which result in a 100% of your death.
Yep.
And I'm like, and we were dying, and they were showing every single scenario because it's like a dining room table.
So it's literally the scenes from Sherlock Holmes.
And I kept whispering,
"This come on, be late."
the whole time, because it goes, so you're gonna grab the glass, and I'll grab your arm, and then I lean over. discombobulate. It was just straight up ripped off from the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes.
Which is a weird movie to rip off.
Like, dude, imagine
Like,
waking up.
because that's a good movie, but I don't think it was like a smash hit.
Well, dude, okay, imagine, right? Let's say you're Martin Scorsese, okay? And you're falling asleep, and you go up like, dude, you don't want to make The Irishman like 30 times better? Remember the discombobulate scene from Sherlock Holmes starring Robert Downey Jr.? What if I had Robert De Niro stare at a bottle and analyze every way to whack someone with it?
Good point.
I do that. You do that. Martin Scorsese would do that. Paul W. Anderson was obviously the smarter one. He committed to it. He's a real man's man.
I can't fault him for that. Can't fault him for that.
So now Alice. Oh yeah. So then she's like, hey, you know what these guys also have? An airborne antivirus, which the moment it breaks, it will travel across the air across the entire world.
And kill everything that's infected with the T virus.
That means you, Alice. And Alice goes, I was the woman that you designed me to be, so I'm designed to do it. And I'm like, my brain is already an omelet. Can we just go on with the stop talking fight now? So they fight. No, wait.
They kill Wesker.
They kill Wesker.
Remember, because, like, they're trying to figure out a way to kill Wesker, and Wesker's like, ha, I'm an Umbrella employee, you can't do shit to me.
The base won't hurt me because I am... And then the lady...
This is actually a pretty solid scene. What's her name that Alice was a clone of? She's
Alicia.
Alicia, how did you remember that?
Because I was like, because in the beginning of the movie, they said a name that sounded like Alice, but it wasn't Alice, so I've been racking my brain of what name sounds like Alice. So it was Alicia, and...
So she goes, all right, hey, Umbrella, Red Queen, Albert Wesker, you're fired.
And then a door falls on him and kills him.
Immediately. It was really funny.
But he still survives, and then Alice gives him a gun and says, you can decide on what to do next, and then goes to fight Dr. Isaacs, who's a super soldier.
So they're like fighting in an elevator as the whole base is like blowing up around them.
Yeah, then they fight in the laser hallway again, and then...
No one gets cut up, though.
And then they
get to the surface. And like she's about to release the virus, and then Dr. Isaacs comes back, but then the other Dr. Isaacs is like, "Hey, you're not Dr. Isaacs. I'm Dr. Isaacs." And the real Dr. Isaacs is like, "No, I'm Dr. Isaacs," and he kills him.
Yeah, they literally whipped out the "I'm Dirty Dan." They really, for the final chapter, literally the villain goes to his clone. I'd say I'm Dirty Dan. You can't be Dirty Dan because I'm Dirty Dan.
Who you calling Pinhead?
And then Alice, with a couple seconds remaining on the ginormous nuke button, breaks the T virus, and then everyone gets cured and Alice dies.
But then she's alive because it only killed the T virus in her. Because she was... I don't know how she survived. It's really not explained very well.
And then she, I'm not joking, goes on a motorcycle and rides to the sunset. Movie's over. Bye-bye. Go away.
Okay,
I'm okay with F tier on this one.
I think I'm okay with F tier too.
F tier. That was incredibly.
Yeah.
Nothing made sense.
Yeah.
There was so much exposition in a movie that has never been about exposition. They tried way too hard. All the action scenes had the shaky camera like Batman Begins, but somehow 20 times worse. Believe me, every plot point was stupid. The fact that us talking about gasoline falling down a building and then they light it on fire was the best part of the movie should tell you that it's not good.
Also, you may have noticed that Jill wasn't mentioned at all, despite surviving the last movie. That's because she wasn't in this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's implied that she went with them to the final stand in DC and then died.
Yeah, but they don't mention They don't.
Which is pretty impressive considering what? Chris, Leon.
Chris hasn't been seen since Afterlife.
Oh, I thought he was there at the final battle. So
I don't
Chris,
think so.
Ada, and Jill literally died off screen in between movies.
Yeah.
I can't. But that was the Paul W.S. Anderson Resident Evil films. I can't. These suck. These are bad.
Yeah.